Hey, my friend, welcome to today's video. And this one's really special for you because a lot of times people feel like maybe somebody is thinking about them and you can't quite put your finger on why. And the truth is you're not alone. So we're going to dive into the fascinating world of all these little signs that just might mean that someone has you on their mind or they are trying to manifest you into their life. Now, this is more than just guesswork. And it dives into the deep and mysterious ways that we connect with each other beyond the language of speaking and being with one another. So it's about understanding our thoughts and our feelings and decoding them beyond the usual limits of time and space. So this is the secret signs someone is thinking about you or trying to manifest you into their life. Sign number one is an unexplainable feeling to communicate with someone. So have you ever had that feeling? You're just chilling, right? And all of a sudden someone pops in your head. And then maybe you get a text message from them out of nowhere, an email, a phone call out of nowhere, or it's vice versa. You're thinking about them and then all of a sudden they pop up somewhere. So when you get a random feeling about somebody, that just happens. Often for most people, it's at nighttime. The reason for this is because your conscious mind shuts down. And at night, when your body's moving into the different circadian rhythms, your brainwave state's lower. So you move into a brainwave state called theta before sleep. And when you're in theta, your conscious mind shuts down. So you have direct access to the subconscious, and the subconscious is a universal mind that connects all of us. So when this occurs, it is a clear sign that someone is thinking about you or trying to manifest you into their life. What's important to understand is that your thoughts aren't just little dialogues that are going along in your head unbeknownst to anything else. That thoughts are actually cosmic waves or cosmic waves of energy that penetrate all time and space. And when someone is thinking about you in the exact same way that if they call you, they dial your phone number, whether you're in Europe and they're in Los Angeles or vice versa, you instantly get on that wavelength and you can dial them. Well, the exact same thing happens with your thoughts. So if they're popping into your head repeatedly, it's likely a sign that they are thinking about you or they are trying to manifest you into their life. For some people, it happens during mundane tasks during the day, because that's another time when our conscious mind starts to shut down. Might be while you're taking a shower, or while you're driving around, while you're cooking. If they're popping in repeatedly, they are sending you a thought message via, instead of Verizon Wireless or Sprint Mobile, they're sending it through the Universal Wireless telecommunications system, which is happening instantaneously. Now, sign number two is unexplainable attraction. So have you ever been overcome by unexpected feelings for someone? Maybe they aren't even your type and it's not someone you would usually date or someone you're usually friends with. It just means you have soul connections, and they're often the cause of unexplainable affection towards someone unexpectedly, right? Or a soul bond, a soul connection that transcends your usual experiences of attraction. Because the soul can actually recognize another soul from its journey, but to your conscious mind, it doesn't make any sense, even though it's an intense, unexpected feeling of attraction, of affection that you might have towards someone. Your soul is picking up these sensitive and subtle energies. And the thing about this is most people dismiss it because they consciously can't make sense of it, because it's not explainable through the superficial means of physical attraction or similar interests and things like that. So they say things like, I don't know why, but I am so attracted to him or her. So this recognition brings us to a sense of really resonance with another person that make those feelings more intense and more undescribable. It's like you've known this person forever. They were made perfectly for you, even though you just met. So oftentimes these are kind of like a little bit erratic because they jolt the ego and the mind a little bit, because your soul is making sense of it, but the mind can't quite make sense of it at the exact same time. So it creates this almost type of spiritual friction where it's pretty jolting. For example, when I first met my wife, Ashley, it was kind of like that. I was attracted to her, but she lived in a totally different state. And I had zero interest whatsoever in a long distance relationship. And she was only visiting where I lived for 48 hours. But it was this weird thing. Like I felt like I was supposed to see where it would lead. And my mind told me like, it's not worth it. She lives in another state. She's only here for one more day. But my soul had this feeling like, let's see where this leads. And looking back, my soul had already recognized her. Maybe it was from a past life, even though my ego hadn't seen it yet. And that might be happening to you. Sign number 3 is they make you feel good. One of the reasons for this is that when someone is manifesting you, they're doing it from a highly vibrational and pure place. So for example, after I had been dating my wife, Ashley, for a while, she let me know that she actually used to write a gratitude journal about meeting someone like me. And then once we had met, before we were officially dating, she would practice gratitude journaling about how we were dating and together and married, even though we weren't. So she was journaling these things into existence. She would journal about how I had a highly successful career as an author, as an entrepreneur, even though my business hadn't even taken off yet. We had a family together, all these things she's journaling about. Now, the crazy thing is all those things happen. Within a few years of us officially dating, I had earned my first $1 million. We lived like all over the places, from the beaches in Maui, mountain homes in the Southwest of the United States of America. And we even met my hero, Bob Proctor, together, a man who absolutely and radically changed my entire life. So the only way that I could really describe the early stages of our relationship was I just felt good around her. Even though she was not even living in the same city as me originally, we weren't officially dating, I just always felt better when she was in my life. And I could compare it to other women that I was casually seeing before Ashley and I were officially dating. I was always happier when Ashley was around versus somebody else. She just made me feel better. And I believe that this is because when someone is manifesting you, they channel highly vibrational energies towards you, which your subconscious picks up, and they're usually out of love, right? My wife did this through journaling. When someone's focusing on these positive energies towards you, it has a huge impact on your emotional state and your subconscious mind. Now, the manifestation of this positive energy can come in a lot of forms, right? It could just be an unexplainable feeling good, right? Like I had. Or maybe it is through specific things. Maybe you're receiving a lot more unexpected compliments, affirmations. You have a higher self-esteem when you're around this person. It gives you a new sense of happiness, a new sense of optimism. It might be like your energy's risen. You have more energy to exercise and more energy to work out. It might be like you have huge financial breaks. You have big momentum that starts happening in your career. But one thing is for sure, it's very hard to ignore and dismiss it as a coincidence. Sign number 4 is deja vu. So you ever had that eerie feeling of deja vu, especially when you meet someone new? The truth is, it's often more than just a coincidence. Like, for example, you meet someone, you're instantly feeling like you guys have been best friends for a million years. Every single thing clicks. You're already finishing each other's sentences and you're saying things like, "Chinks, you owe me a soda." And it's usually a deeper connection between souls. Perhaps it's from past lives, or they're going to play a significant role in your future. Now, one of my good friends, Charles, he actually officiated my wife and my wedding. He's a clinical psychologist, and he studied past life unconscious regressions for 30, 40 years. And when I asked him about it, he said that this feeling of familiarity often experienced when people meet isn't just like a trick of the mind or some type of delusion. It means that it's probably a preordained connection between souls. He says that when you experience this type of deja vu when you meet someone, it's really your soul hinting at recognition through various lifetimes that are showing you that you are supposed to be together. It's trying to give you a clue. So the important thing is to not be afraid of these feelings. So instead, you be open to them. You explore those feelings. Like, what does this mean? What is here? Because they aren't coincidences. You're being invited to consider them as indicators of a meaningful spiritual connection. So these moments are huge clues from your subconscious mind that are saying yes, nodding its head, saying everything is okay. This person is supposed to be here. And a lot of times we need that jolt because we have so much going on. Sometimes we miss the clues that are right in front of our face. Sign number 5 is presence in your dreams. So most people dismiss their dreams, right? But dreams are actually a doorway through which someone manifesting you or thinking about you can make their presence known. So you might see their face or feel the presence of them in your dreams. And if it's a recurring theme, it could indicate that they're making a strong effort. And many people say that they knew they were going to meet their soulmate because they kept dreaming about them before it happened. Dreams are just an expression of the unconscious mind. That's what they are. So sometimes it's your subconscious mind and it's telling you about what's going to happen in your future. And sometimes your subconscious mind has picked up the thought signals of somebody else and it's decoding it for you in your dreams. So whatever's happening, it's not a coincidence and it's probably going to keep repeating. Sign number 6 is sudden mood shifts. Sometimes we experience sudden and intense mood swings and they don't seem to match our current life circumstances. So oftentimes they occur when we meet someone new. So for example, you just met someone that could one day be a romantic partner, or maybe they're going to be a close business partner or friend. And often these mood shifts can be linked to past life memories and emotions. So meeting someone from a past life, for example, can trigger a spectrum of emotions that range from joy, discomfort. It's not just psychological. It's the echoes of past experiences that are influencing the present, because all those past life experiences are essentially imprinted into your subconscious mind. And it's really a lot more happening than we think. Sign number 7 is a spiritual awakening. So my wife, Ashley, says that before she met me, she had this sudden, unexplainable urge to just try to figure out what she really wanted in life. She felt like there was something more than what she was doing and how she was living. And she had this sudden, unexplained urge to dive deeper, right? And you might have that, a sudden urge to dive deeper into your spiritual awakening. And it also may manifest as an interest in meditation, introspection, exploring old spiritual texts, or maybe you've been part of a religion, but you never really cared about it. Now, all of a sudden, you're deeply studying the meaning behind the verses and the meaning behind your life. Maybe it's shaping as a new direction you're going to take in your life or your career, new goals. This new inspiration for more depth in your life is a signal that someone is manifesting you. Now, ironically, around the same time that my wife was having that type of spiritual urge, I'd gone to a healing retreat and then I journaled about the woman that I wanted to attract into my life. And I made this super detailed list of what I wanted the woman to be like. I wanted her to be an artist, super creative. I wanted her to be good at painting, very feminine, nurturing, focused on love and family instead of having all these career ambitions. And honest to God, I made this very specific list of personality traits within a year before Ashley showed up in my life. So I've wondered, was her new unexpected spiritual journey, was it actually signaled from thought messages? And then that was bringing us together even before we met? Because spiritual energy directed towards you, it might not awaken a corresponding response instantly into your spirit, but it may send you to a new book. It may send you to a new job. It may send you to a new city. I truly believe that interpreting these inner calls is crucial to making sense of your world. So Ashley answered that call. She had those feelings, and then it led to us being together, right? Now, when you answer all of these things and make sense of it, you'll find that the perfect person is out there for you. The whole thing was planned the whole time, and it was just happening unconsciously. Now, just to conclude the whole thing, These strange signs that someone may be thinking about you, someone may be manifesting you into their life, they're clear signs that thoughts can be mysterious, thoughts can be confusing, but they can also be deeply meaningful and there's more going on, right? We've discussed that there's more than just random experiences happening and that they're indications, they're powerful reminders of the unseen connections that are linking us all together. They invite us to look beyond the obvious, what we see with our five senses, exploring the subtle aspects of the energies, interactions, our thoughts and feelings. So looking at the world this way, it gives you a much deeper appreciation of the beautiful relationships that we have that go beyond just the physical presence. And it gives you a deeper, more beautiful feeling and assurance that the right person is out there for you. You may not see them yet, but they might be intending to manifest you. Maybe you haven't yet met, and maybe you're wondering the same thing. Can I manifest someone? And they might be in Europe and you might be in Los Angeles, and maybe you're going to bump into them at the baggage claim of the Chicago O'Hare Airport. It's closer than you think, and there's more happening than you believe.